want to wish everyone a Happy New Year from NCA. I hope you all had a restful break. Unfortunately, the new year is just, there's no real change, right? Everything continues on. And the troubling thing, we're heading in 2022. That means there's new plans being implemented by what we believe is the globalist NWO. I want to thank one of our supporters who brought us to this site today. I wish it was good news. This lady was complaining of headaches, brain fog, sinus issues. So the weather's been quite cold here in Calgary. We're in the inner city of Calgary around Center Street and 27th. And we finally had a warm day, so I'm here. And this is unbelievable, everyone. I can't believe what I've uncovered here. So let's get back to it. Before I jump in, our biggest concern at NCA, we've had a lot of time to reflect over Christmas and the holidays, do research, is this digital currency that's coming. Digital currency. The troubling aspect for me, which is quite terrifying, please put up with my talk. I hope it's relevant to you, but it's starting to get into the fake mainstream media. The Globe and Mail had an article on a cashless society. That's a very bad sign. That means it's not far off. And then we had Elon Musk, who I don't trust, who's deploying these 5G satellites and small cell antennas all over the US. He's predicting a deep recession by the summer of this coming year, 2022, which is going to coincide with the tapering by the Federal Reserve and the interest rate hikes. So our opinion at NCA that this financial great reset will be triggered through great hardship. People will be begging for a change of system, but trust us, you don't want to digitalize central bank currency worldwide. They will have control over you, every aspect of your life. Remember that. In China, they're already doing it. You have savings in your account, they give you a month to spend it. You don't spend your savings, they take your money. Remember that. Another thing they're doing, they're getting people to spend it on certain products, controlling you. And then they can tax you directly, fine you directly through your digital account. They will know everything about you. This, in our opinion, at NCA is the most troubling thing coming. But today we're going to look at this. This is all interconnected. Remember it. It's all interconnected, this 5G. I'm just going to touch on graphene oxide before I get to this serious thing over here. We're inconclusive on it. There's different alternative views on graphene oxide in the vaccines. We don't know whether it's in or not. It seems like it's more in the testing stage, and it has a nano component. It could be true, it may not be true. We're inconclusive, so if you have information on that, share it with us. But that's troubling as well. I did watch a video on that today, and I'm not totally convinced on it. We got to go by the facts, everyone, the evidence, and we can't just go on hearsay. So we're watching closely. That's what we ask everyone to do. Watch closely. This year is going to be unbelievable, and there's a lot of stuff that's going to be going down, especially in terms of the economy, without question. I want to show you this site. It's very, very, very troubling. So we're over here. I don't have my acoustimeter with me today, but this tri-field will suffice. Look at this. Look. Look at this. This is the lady who was complaining about her headaches, her brain fog. Look at the meter. We're in a residential area. Completely maxed out on the tri-field meter. The safe level is 0.5. This is well over 6 volts per meter peak signal. Look at that. Unbelievable. I want to thank that lady for the courage to speak up, but let's go a little bit closer to learn a bit more about this site. But this isn't made up. This is not made up. And there's sites like this all over Canada, the West, and non-Western countries, without question. Thank you, Andrew. We got to expose this. Yeah, my dog, unfortunately my dog's here today. I don't want to tie him up anywhere, so it is what it is. I'm going to get him out of here as soon as I can. But sickening what's going on. It's kind of ironic, it's a funeral home. Can you believe it? It's coming from a funeral home. It couldn't be more fitting. Unbelievable, and someone is profiting from this. Let's take a closer look. So we're right here at this. You know what's interesting about these findings today is the meters come down a bit. Not that much, because we're slightly under the antennas. It just shows that those people in those residential homes are getting the direct impact of those antennas up there. Let's go around to the side here. But they're all around this. I checked online. This is a TELUS rooftop tower. Apparently there's around 47 antennas up there lining this building. But you saw the readings in the residential area. It's not made up. Now we're under the tower. We have a lot of shielding and the meter's gone right down. But when you're in direct line, you're in direct harm from the EMF radiation. And we believe it is a mix of ionizing and non-ionizing radiation, which is similar to the sun's rays. They're a mix. I just want to get a look at this side. But those are powerful antennas up there. Apparently there's some new ones. And the highest that we saw online, we went to SCADA towers. You can look it up yourself. And there's those. Quite a few up there. They're lining that thing. She wasn't kidding what she was saying, that lady. See, look, it's going higher and higher as we get away. We get into direct line, right? That's how these antennas work. It depends on the angle they're coming out. You can see it's going higher and higher. Let's go over here. These poor people that live here, right? And that sound is the radiation being detected. The higher the pitch, the higher the radiation. You see it's getting higher and higher. And as we get away, look at that. As we go to, it's picking, see it's peeking out right here. Right in front of these people's homes. It's kind of ironic. They got to protect our water sign up. And they're getting blasted. But this isn't made up. This is factual information. You may wonder why this is happening, but the EMF radiation standards are corrupt in Canada. They came out in the form of Safety Code 6 in 1978. They've never been updated since. They're completely stacked in favor of the telecommunication industry to deploy whatever they want, whatever levels they want, regardless of the health impacts on the public. This is what's going on. It's about profit control, and this is only one example of what's happening. The digital currency is the same thing. That's all about controls. Global systemic control through a digitalized currency. It's pure evil. You're right, Riley. And this is the reality of what we're doing. The important thing is to stay in touch with reality. Don't get caught up. There's some things that are misinformation out there. Make sure you do your homework and don't get misled down different things. We've done our research on this. We know. And this meter's not lying. I feel the symptoms. My dog's feeling it. That lady's feeling it. Other people are feeling it. This is in inner city, Karen. Calgary. You can go along here, Center Street, 27th. Go here, check it out, do your own readings, and you will come to the same conclusion as what we're coming to. But the meter is not lying. This is very extreme. And I want to thank that lady once again. She's right. My advice to her is to stay away from this location, at least within 500-meter radius of this funeral home. Stay away from it. If you're up a block away, there's a lot of shielding with trees and other homes, so you should be fine. But anytime, people living right here, man, This is bad. Very bad. I feel bad for them. You know, they bought homes here or they're renting, whatever they're doing. We're going to have a dark winter. Yeah. Chapel bells. I don't know. I looked at the bells. I didn't see anything, but they got antennas all around it. Brenda, as you can see. There it is there. I'll zoom into it. I didn't see any. Some of these churches have them in those bell towers, but this particular site I didn't see. But they're all around it, and they're very powerful. And I guess what's troubling here, this is only in the 4G realm. What's going to happen when this 5G is deployed? Think about that, folks. The radiation is, factually is going to be 10 to 100 times stronger. 10 to 100 times stronger. So what's going to happen? It's already extreme right now. Think about it. So we need to speak up. This is all part of this globalist NW agenda. 5G is the technological gateway for this AI technocracy. It's coming. Digital currency is a financial component. What's happening with the lockdowns? Are they conditioning people? You know, we're always asking questions. We're not assuming, but people are being conditioned. And as I said at the beginning, we think people are going to be put in such economic hardship, they're going to be begging for a change of system. That's where, guess what's coming? Another thing, the universal basic income. So you're basically going to be slaves to the government, living off handouts from them, and they're going to have another complete control over you. So this isn't made up. We've been talking about it for a long time. We want to start the year on a good note, but it's important from NCA's standpoint is that we share the facts with the public so you can make the best decisions, and because that's the better place. Ignorance is bliss only until reality sets in. Remember that. We're pragmatists, realists. We have to stay in reality. Allows us to adapt and deal with what's going on around us. I should add one other thing, and it's something we actually knew about the World Economic Forum. They are actually training people, training youth in this globalist sinister agenda, and they're training business people, politicians, training, programming them, and then they're coming back to their countries and implementing this. And this explains the coordination across the world on this. It's pretty disgusting, and I know that Michelle Rempel-Gardner, she's an absolute snake. She won Young Globalist of the Year in 2016 through Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum. Remember that. A lot of these politicians are just part of this system that's going on. They're bought out, they're trained, they're programmed. You know, this could be a sci-fi movie, right? But this is the reality of it. And there's big financial institutions. We're going to do another video on that. We've uncovered that. BlackRock, Vanguard, Fidelity. Look up them. They have assets worth over 32 trillion. And they have a lot of influence over what's going on. And then you can add in the big tech companies. Amazon, Facebook, Google, right? The big companies. Tie them in. What Elon Musk is up to. And he's done some nasty things. Looking at brain implants, go look it up. These are factual information. It's a reality. Yeah, it's unfortunate about Michelle, but no one should be surprised. These politicians are peons in the big scheme of things. It's these big financial institutions, wealthy globalists, international organizations that are calling the shots. It's a reality. Canada is not a country, is not a sovereign country. It's been that way for a long time. We're just another globalist offshoot, completely controlled. And it's a reality. We're going to keep uncovering it. Yeah, dollars, Jane, and we're going to post that. But look up, like I said, look up BlackRock. They have assets close to 10 trillion. Fidelity's over 11 trillion. And then you got another one is, I think it's the Street something. They have assets over 5 trillion. So look up these companies. They are influencing a lot what's going on. The BlackRock is connected to the Federal Reserve. Barry Drury, depopulation. Yeah, we'll have to see. We're going to have to monitor that. Yeah. She probably knows, Karen, that most people don't even know what that is. She probably thinks that's a good thing, eh? Klaus Schwab. And that's the problem we're facing, is the programming, the mass programming everywhere. How do we break through that? So many people are programmed. They're not questioning. Canada's the same as Australia. Gates 5G COVID control, yes. And there's that site again. This is just another example, everyone. This is not made up. I'm not controlling this meter. I'm not controlling the meter at all. Yeah, bobbleheads, Michelle, totally controlled. And if you speak up, you're gone, Michelle. That's the reality of it. Democracy is a facade, without question. And the Russians know that, everyone. They look at the West and they say they get these politicians in, and then they just say the deep state's running everything. So it's just a facade of control, I guess, to keep the populace in check. But yeah, Canada is communist, probably a puppet communist gone. It's unfortunate, but we got to speak the truth. Yeah, those 5G towers are coming. We're going to keep a close eye. Suzanne Richer, of what's coming. Canada is pretty inept, but the U.S. is deploying them like crazy. So it's only a matter of time before they're up here in large scale. What's the best EMF meter to buy? Dana, the Custa meter is excellent. It's expensive. Ideally, we're going to need a 5G meter, so we're going to wait and see what the marketplace brings about on that. But it's mainly 4G right now. Any 5G is picking back off the 4G infrastructure. So we're going to have to monitor it this year, next year, and going forward. But that's when you're going to really see the health effects of this EMF radiation. And then you're going to see the deployment of the 5G infrastructure system and all the smart components, small cell antennas, and connecting them. So it's going to be really interesting. That's when we're in the end game. Very scary stuff coming. And NCA does not believe this is in the best interest of humanity. It may be interest in the best view of the few and their profits and control, but definitely not in the best interest of humanity. How is transhumanism of Klaus Schwab in the best interest of humanity? You're denying humanity, what it means to be human, and you're trying to displace it with something made up, something mechanical, electronic, bioconvergence, and then we're into that. But I want to wish everyone, tax the church. Leaving the system is the only system. Leaving the system is the only solution. And a B, yeah, but the system they want to bring will make things worse. So be very wary of that. We're of the view that they're going to have people on their hands and knees begging for a change, and then they're going to implement this so-called Great Reset, which isn't made up. I'm going to leave this thing going. We got some great comments going. I'll focus a little bit more on this. Back to flip phone. Yeah, why not, John? But there it is there. Oh God. But share your comments. I think I touched on a lot of the key issues that we got to look out for this year. Lockdown in Quebec at 10 p.m. Great stuff. Powerful stuff here. Yeah, someone wrote they support mandatory vaccines. I have to make it unequivocally clear that NCA does not support mandatory vaccines. On the other hand, we do support the right of people to take vaccines if they think it's in the best interest of their health and well-being. By the same token, we support people with the right to say no to vaccines without being discriminated against, segregated, or put at an economic disadvantage because of that. We're 100% opposed to that. But that's our position on that, and it's been that way from almost day one. So, mandatory vaccines should be only deployed in a very extreme situation. And I view extreme situation where there's mass deaths resulting from some kind of virus. And that's certainly not the case based on the numbers. So we ask people to have an open mind and to think about these issues. And don't get divided by them, because that's what's happening, where, you know, the vaccinated, non-vaccinated, and all that stuff is going on. Yeah, Pauline, the program people, graphene oxide in the jab. Yeah, we'll have to see, Brenda. We're not convinced on that, but it may be happening. But I just want to look at this one last time here. And there's this structure here. I'm sure you, everyone here has these things around their community. Yeah, this side is very, very strong. This residential side. Look at that. This is factual information. This is extreme, well above the safe standards established by the Bio Initiative, which are made up of independent scientists and doctors. Below 0.5 volts per meter is a safe level, and this is well over 6. And there you go there. If I go back further, it'll be just, yeah, completely peaked out. And if we look closely here, you can see the power sources. Those boxes there. I'm just reading these comments. Yeah, 100%, Robert. That's our position on it. The only situation where we would believe that should take effect is where there's mass deaths, people dying in the streets, and it's clear that it's killing people in mass numbers. Then you got to do whatever you can for survival. But we're definitely not there. So let's keep abreast of what's going on in 2022. It's gonna be a really bizarre year with this stuff going on, and watch out for the economic issues. Yeah, that's one of the good things that's coming out of this. There's greater distrust of government, and I believe fundamentally that there should be distrust of government, and that's the basis of the U.S. Constitution, is distrust in government. And that's a very good starting place to have, because the people in government have power over the people when they're in power. Remember that. And power corrupts. When power corrupts absolutely, right? Absolute power corrupts absolutely, right? So there's no check on government in Canada. The media is completely bought out. The courts are working with the government, right? There's not much out there to hold the government in check. The election system is pretty much rigged, right? Yeah, just wait till 5G rolls out. Just wait till it. Like I said, it'll be 10 to 100 times more. Great stuff. We'll be in touch. Please share this if you want to help inform other people. I want to wish everyone again a happy new year, and we're going to be watching like a hawk NCA. So, and please share stuff with us. We take what you share seriously. We look into it, and we follow up with it, like this video today. But we got a tough struggle ahead, without question. A very tough struggle, but we can overcome it. It's through willpower is the fundamental basis for this. We have to keep fighting. We have to, main thing, use your brains. Yeah, thank you, Kara. Happy New Year, everyone. And we look forward to connecting again.